Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, dwyersportsbetting.com. Look us up. We're in the sports section on Roku, Dwyer Boxing and Sports News. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now, one of the things I've found in life is that there's a big difference between what people say and what they actually believe. Right now, the story, the public story at least, what people are saying about Marcus Maidana versus Adrien Broner, is that this is a competitive fight. Right? People don't know who's going to win. They think either guy could get the decision or get, the win. But take a look at the casino lines. Understand that the people who actually bet on sports believe that Adrien Broner is a clear favorite in this fight. Go to your casino and look at the odds. Broner to win is 5-1 in some places and 6-1 in other places. Right? What that means when you see 5-1 odds, what that means is if they fought 6 times, the people taking those odds believe that Broner wins 5 of the 6. Right? Think about it. When you see 6-1 odds, the people believe that if they fought 7 times, Broner would win 6 of the 7. Let me go further. Everyone's talking about Marcus Maidana's punching power. Did you know that right now, and it's the day before the fight, right, as I make this video, did you know that you can't even get even money on Adrien Broner to win the fight by knockout? You're actually getting less than even money odds, a -125. Now, as I like to say, and I know it's counterintuitive, the gamblers around you, the degenerate gamblers, are often the smartest people in the room. Right? Whatever stereotype you have about gamblers, just understand. These are people accustomed to calculating risks. These are people willing to swim against the tide of what people are saying and to actually try to make money while doing it. Now, why would Broner by KO be a -125? And it's because the secret to Adrien Broner is he's not, as he likes to say, Floyd's little brother. Right? He's not. He's a different fighter than Floyd. He's much more stiff-legged. Floyd moves around the ring a lot more than Broner, even though Floyd's 10 years older than Broner. Right? Floyd moves more now than Broner is moving in Broner's prime. You know how you would expect a guy's legs to slow down as he gets older. All I'm saying is stylistically, Broner and Floyd are different fighters. Floyd is slender, right? Floyd is really more of a moving athlete. Broner is actually, contrary to public opinion, he's actually a knockout puncher. Right? Look at his upper body, folks. This is a guy who has had problems in the past making weight. Broner is shorter than 5'7". It's all muscle up here. The gamblers have figured out that this guy doesn't just win, he knocks people out. You remember the Gavin Reese fight. Well, think about Broner's recent fights. Don't let the Paulie Malignaggi decision fool you, because Malignaggi has great legs, moves around the ring. It's hard to find Malignaggi in the ring. Against guys who aren't hard to find, what usually happens? I'll tell you what happens. It's Broner by KO. Right? Think about it. Let me just read off some of the guys that Broner has knocked out recently. Right? And let me say this too. Broner fights typically don't make it to the second half of the fight. Right? They certainly don't make it to the 10th round. Gavin Reese, KO 5. Tony DeMarco, rare case, made it to the 8th round before he got stopped. Vicente Escovedo, KO 5. Eloy Perez, KO 4. Vicente Rodriguez, KO 3. Jason Litzkow, KO 1. I think what gamblers have figured out here is that it's unclear who the better knockout puncher is in this fight. Right? Adrien Broner, quite frankly, is a finisher. Right? Forget all the hair combing and the imagery and him comparing himself to slick boxers like Floyd. He's not Floyd. Right? This guy is a knockout puncher. That's his primary way of feeding his family. So let me just say this. I expect Broner to win the fight. My preferred play, I'm a little bit more conservative than most. Broner to win hedged with Maidana by KO. There is an actual margin there that you could play with. It's slim. Right? But if you're a bolder bettor in your bet portfolio, you might want to consider Broner by stoppage. That's who he is. Marcos Maidana is a guy who gets hit in fights. We remember the ending of his fights, him stopping guys. Soto Caras, for example. But we forget that on the way to the stoppage, he got tagged. Right? My point is this. Maidana's not going to move away from Broner like Paulie Malignaggi did. He doesn't have Malignaggi's legs. He thinks he's the puncher in this fight. He's been fooled like much of the public with Broner hanging around Floyd Mayweather and combing his hair when he gets in the ring and being a loudmouth. Right? He might even be fooled by Paulie Malignaggi's last fight. By the way, as I like to say with Paulie, he's only really been stopped once. That was by Amir Khan. Right? The Ricky Hatton stoppage is curious. All I could say is look at the film of that stoppage. His corner throws in the towel. Paulie looks like he could have continued. Right? Malignaggi's a hard man to stop. Right? My point is simply that Marcos Maidana, tough guy image. People know I've been pubbing Maidana online for years. But if the bullets start flying in this fight, don't be surprised if you find out that it's Adrien Broner landing the bigger shots. I think in your betting portfolio, you have to include some amount on Broner by KO. That's probably the most likely outcome here, folks. Right? Maidana is going to be right where Broner wants him to be. Don't expect Broner to move in the fight. Broner's going to come to the middle of the ring. Here's the secret. Broner's going to be looking for Maidana. Because I'm sure Broner has looked on film. Broner's an assassin. Broner has looked on film and he sees the openings. So he's going to be coming looking for Maidana. And of course, Maidana is going to come looking for him. Right? I personally don't see this fight going the distance. You might want to fool around with alternative over-unders. Just understand that most Broner fights don't make it to the 10th round. Right? And of course, only something like 3 of Maidana's fights have gone the distance. Right? Give it a hard look and figure it out. Just understand that Broner by knockout here is a distinct possibility. The gamblers are already all over it. This fight might not be as competitive as it looks at first glance. Let me hear from you. Leave your comments for me here online. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. And as I said before, I made a video. It's online in August. But the casinos have been great in properly pricing this fight. They've drained the profit out of the fight. When I made the August video, I wasn't aware that the casinos would then make Broner a 5-1 favorite. Right? So that's drained the profit away from this fight. So if you're going to make a profit here, you're going to have to be aggressive in your risk portfolio. Right? Given that both of these guys really are knockout punchers. Right? Both of them are knockout punchers. Your best play might be distance and not picking a side. I don't see this fight going the distance. In fact, I personally feel that the most likely outcome is Broner by stoppage. It's high risk. Just understand that if you're fooling around with any stoppage prop, you lose it all if the fight goes the distance. Right? And Maidana, Devin Alexander did go the distance. Let me hear from you. Leave your comments for me here online. Visit us at gamblersadvisory.com. Thanks for stopping by.